They come back, they bring their friends, I sing their song, we hug, we cry a couple tears because we have that memory together. You know, it's something so profound and special.
We're discovering all things wedding, from Will You Marry Me to You May Kiss the Bride. I'm your host, Andrea. Welcome to the Bridal Club. We're here at Trulux. Trulux is a seafood and steak amazing restaurant here in Dallas, Texas. There's actually a lot more throughout the United States, and Justin and I come here often because we love the food so much and we love the experience. So before we start interviewing Clay, I want to tell you a quick story. So Justin and I were on a date night, February 2021, upstairs, and we were just enjoying ourselves, you know, and the music was playing lovely. We didn't think much of it, but we were definitely talking about it. Then I went to the ladies' restroom on the first floor and I saw Clay playing and singing live music here, and I was amazed. So I came running upstairs and I was like, Justin, you need to, this is like a live person like playing and singing. And I was just mesmerized because and we spoke about this earlier, like your voice is so silky and smooth. It's just beautiful. And I told him next time you go to the restroom, you need to go you need to go see him and get a card if he has one. So anyways, that's what happened. And we took Clay's card and we kept it. So when we started planning the wedding, we were talking about live entertaining because Justin really wanted live music at the wedding. And the first thing that came to mind was you. So Clay, please tell us who you are and why, like, how did you land here at Trulux and what you do?
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. This is awesome. My name is Clay Davis, and I'm the entertainment director here at Trulux. I direct both the locations here in Dallas and in Southlake, and we're getting ready to open up a new location in Plano in the next few months in Shops of Legacy, just east of the tollway. So be on the lookout for that. I've been playing for Trulux for 7 years, and 4 nights a week for 7 years. So it's been a long time. And about a year and a half, I've been entertainment director. And so I do the recruiting, the training, the scheduling of the players. And we have a wonderful team of players here. No matter what night you come, you're going to get great live entertainment with a great dining experience. And that's the magic of Trulux.
Yes.
It's like a complete and total package. We have the lounge, we have our upstairs dining room. We also have private event rooms for bridal luncheons, for rehearsal dinners, for receptions. We have spaces that can be for small groups, larger groups. And so Trulux has a lot to offer for people that are planning a wedding.
Yeah.
So I love Trulux. It's been a home away from home for me. I've met so many wonderful friends and people here over the years. And so many people come back to see me,
Oh, we do. And typically Justin and I would like to sit very away from everyone, just enjoying ourselves. But now when we come here, I text you. I'm like, hey, we need a table like right in front of you because we're your biggest cheerleader.
In the lounge,
now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I love it.
If you like live entertainment, sit in the lounge because you get more of the music experience. You still hear it in the dining room, like you said, but it's more in the background. So it just depends on if you want an intimate conversation, go upstairs to the dining room. If you want more of the party feel down here in the lounge, that's what we have, especially on the weekends.
Yeah, and I love it because we feel like VIPs because we get to talk to you on your breaks, and everything. It's such a great experience. So you were telling Justin and me that you not only work here, but you also teach and do private events. Can you tell me more about those things, please?
Yes, I teach elementary music up in Louisville ISD. That's my day job, pre-K through 5th grade. So I really enjoy that. That's a really rewarding experience for me.
And honestly, I hope that your students know how not only lucky they are, but how talented you are as well. Because just like remembering my professors, the ones that I enjoy the most and learned from the most were the ones that had a ton of experience outside of school because they were able to teach us like the real life experience,
Yes. I mean, my students kind of don't really understand what I do. Like I say, I sing in a restaurant. They're like, what? Because a lot of them have never been to a restaurant that has a singer.
Okay.
And so they don't really have a concept of it. And I don't, talk about it really that much, with them because they see me as Mr. Davis,
Yeah.
So
well, I think you should.
It's a total different life.
Yeah.
Occasionally I've seen, some of my students have seen me, like they accidentally come to the restaurant and see me.
Oh, really?
And they're like, Mr. Davis,
I know, and they're
and I'm
like, "Oh
like,
my gosh,
hey!
I did not know it was a live music." Yeah,
Yeah,
that's amazing.
so it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and you do private events as well?
Yes, and private events, I do everything from just house parties, pool parties, corporate events, weddings, of
Of
course,
course.
even funerals.
Oh.
I've sang at a
Oh
lot of
wow.
funerals, and
Huh.
those once in a lifetime moments when you have families together and friends together, those are really special to me because I feel a special bond with that family or that group of people. And
Right.
so weddings is one of my favorite events to do.
Yes.
Because of that, I feel a bond with that couple like forever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's really
And we
special.
feel it too.
Yeah.
So why do you think music plays a big role in the experience of either a wedding or a memorial or anything, like really like any event?
Well, I think because you have guests,
Mhm.
right? And you're trying to not only um, pick something that is good for you as a couple, but also something that will entertain your guests.
Yes.
And you want your guests to have the greatest experience.
Yeah.
And so you want to have the greatest food and you want to have everything. And the live music is just that extra personal touch
Yeah.
that can go really a long way to providing that overall great experience.
Yeah, and I love that you said that because that's what True Looks is for Justin and me. It's absolutely great food, like great seafood, and the service is amazing. We always feel special here, whether we're celebrating something or not. And then of course the live music. And every time that we think True Looks, we think of you. Like even before we even booked you,
Mhm.
because it was the entire experience, and that is
Yes.
what people take away from any wedding or any event that they go to or whatever. It's like how did they feel or how did we feel at certain events. So that is why I'm so excited for you to be at our wedding, because I know it's going to be literally music to everybody's ears.
Well,
Like
I'm
it's gonna be
honored to be a
absolutely-
part of it.
Yeah.
I'm so honored and humbled that you selected me to be a part of your special day. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So let's talk more about either micro weddings, which Justin and I are going to have that, and that means 25 to 30 people. But then big weddings, how do you entertain and engage with any audience regarding of the the size of the actual event?
Well, I work with the couple to find out what kind of an atmosphere they want.
Okay.
Usually if you're having a bigger wedding, you want more of a party feel.
Sure.
So I might hire a couple more musicians to play with
Okay.
me. So I have a bigger band. In a small intimate affair like yours, keep it simple, keep it intimate,
Yeah.
and just one musician is fine. So it just depends on what the couple wants, the not only the size of the wedding, but the kind of atmosphere that they want to create, because the music can literally create a vibe.
Yes.
And depending on the selections, and so we work really close with the couple to make sure we as a musician, we understand what kind of music they like, what kind of music they want for their guests, and what kind of atmosphere they're trying to create.
Yeah, and ours particularly, we're not gonna have a dance floor. We're gonna have a specific area where it's gonna be like a lunch area where people can mingle, dance if they want to, and just enjoy you.
Yes. That's great. I love
Yeah.
that. And that way you're not forcing your guests to have to do something a certain way,
Yeah.
or you're not trying to create a wedding that you've seen on TV.
Exactly.
You're making something special that is unique to you as a
Right.
couple.
Yeah.
And that's where the musician can come in and really help mold that
Yeah.
into what you want that to be. Some weddings I've done, I'll just play the cocktail hour or the dinner hour, and then they have a bigger crowd, so they want a DJ because they want to have dancing.
Sure.
So it just depends on what they want and what that atmosphere they're going for, and we can customize. Every wedding is customized. There's not ever a single wedding that's the same.
Right. And then you also kind of spoke about having like two different crowds, one or not crowds, but like brides and grooms that will tell you exactly the playlist to play, and then others that just give you some orientation.
Yeah, like some couples will give me, I'll send them my whole list of songs.
Which we are reviewing. I sent a text today to Justin. I'm like, you need to get on this now. We're like 4 months away.
You have plenty of time. You're a planner.
Let's just not say that. It's a follow-up, sure.
No, yeah. So they're going through my playlist right now, and
Yeah.
they're seeing which songs they kind of like. and that will give me a really good idea
Mm.
of what atmosphere you're going for.
Okay.
Other couples are like, hey, we want it to be upbeat,
Mm.
fun, energetic. We like R&B,
Okay.
and here's a couple songs, but other than that, do your thing.
Oh, I
You
love
know,
that.
so it just depends on the couple, and also our relationship. If I've known them for a long time,
Mm.
they know what I do, and they know how I read the crowd.
Yeah.
And I do this every night at True Lux. I never have a set playlist. I
Yeah.
always just go off the audience. What I can tell what people are liking and who's in the room.
Yeah.
And so I do the same thing at weddings.
Oh, I love that. And every time we come here, we actually send you like, can you play this one? And then
Yeah.
you do, and it's so cool.
Yeah. Always taking requests.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so specifically about songs and genre.
Mhm.
Sorry, I can't say that. Genre. Okay,
Yeah.
so is there a specific song that you love for weddings, or that you recommend, or a specific singer? That you
Yeah,
like
I
to
mean,
put?
there's some popular ones out there that tend to be, those top choices. All of Me by John Legend is one of
course.
those. Like, people just love that song, and I've sang that at a bunch of weddings.
Mhm.
Elton John tunes like Your Song. It's like such a classic song
Yeah.
that it doesn't matter if it's 50 years old.
Mhm.
It's still a big hit for a wedding because it's so, has so much emotion attached to it.
Yes.
And people, they attach songs to memories in their life. And so there are some top choices, but a lot of times people have a unique choice that they want. It might be a song that nobody else knows, but it's unique to that couple.
Okay.
And they'll say, we want our first dance to be this particular song. And, I'll learn that song for them. And then it's happened so many times actually where they've requested a song. I'll tell a quick little story about a particular couple. They requested this song, and the guy sent me the text. He said, I want you to do Take On Me by Aha. It's an old rock song. He's like, but I want you to do the acoustic version. He sent me the YouTube link. I looked at it and I was like, this is kind of weird. I don't know if this is going to work at all. And I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, it's a great song. It's going to be great. I'm like, okay, and so I did it, and it went over great at the wedding, and it's become one of my best songs.
Wow.
And it's funny how those songs that people request, sometimes they make their way into my regular playlist.
Nice.
Because it's something I wouldn't have thought of maybe to do.
Yeah.
And then I realized, wow, that's really,
oh my God.
It hits with so many people.
And you know what's probably awesome? Like whenever they come here and they listen to the song that they chose, and you learn because of them, and they're probably like, oh my God.
They come back.
Yeah.
That couple in particular have become really close friends of mine. They come back, they bring their friends. I sing their song. We hug.
Oh, yeah.
We cry a couple tears because we have that memory together. It's something
Yeah.
so profound and special.
I love that. That's so special for both of y'all. And as you said, those memories, they're probably like thinking wedding, like everything about it, because you're like right in front of them singing that song. Wow, I love that.
And he's like, I told you it was a great song.
it's I mean, sometimes we need to be pushed a little bit away from our comfort zone, and we're like, wow, and you learn something about you as well, which is amazing.
That's what's great about working with a couple, because you're both learning something, you're both growing in that, and then you have a bond that's forever, really.
Yeah, definitely. So how do you recommend people to go through songs and pick their songs? Is there a particular way to do it?
I don't think so. I mean, I usually just send my song list, and sometimes, it depends on the couple.
Okay.
Everybody's different, and I try to customize to what they want. Usually, it's just the atmosphere that I really want to get an idea of what mood or vibe that they're trying to create. So I try to have those conversations.
Okay, so just pretend that I send you a playlist, and it's like classic music, and really great music, but then we want people to stand up still. What would you recommend if you get the playlist from Justin? You're like, well, would you make suggestions like, what do you think about this song, or what do you think about that song?
I think so. And I always ask the couple to be flexible, because we can select a playlist ahead of time, and we can sit there but when you get to the event and the people are having a good time, and things are not always, the vibe is not always what you thought it was.
Right.
Or would be.
Yeah.
Because people may be more subdued, or they may be more energetic than you originally thought.
Yes.
And so that's where the trust in the musician comes in. That's why we have those conversations, because I can just kind of veer off a little bit of what we planned to match what's happening at the event. And that way, we're not stuck in a rut trying to do something, trying to force something that's not actually the vibe that's going on. Like, say a lot of people are talking energy, they're standing up, and I'm trying to play really slow songs. It's just not matching with the crowd.
Sure.
Doesn't mean I can't do some slow songs, but I also need to mix in some medium tempo and match that vibe that's happening. So that's where the flexibility comes in, and the couple has a little bit of trust in the musician to, you know what, you guys just enjoy your day. Let me worry about the music.
I love it. And that comes with a lot of experience.
Yes.
Yeah. You have to hire a really great musician to be able to do those kind of things.
You need a professional, someone that is reliable. Like you saw me here at Trulux, I've been playing here forever. I'm going to be on time. I'm going to have all my stuff ready. And I'm used to reading the room, so I understand what it takes to read a crowd. So
yeah, awesome. Do you have a favorite song that you play or sing?
People ask me that all the time. I had a girl just last night or on Saturday night come up and say, "Play your favorite song next." And she put a tip in the jar, and it's like, oh, great. Because people ask me that. I really don't have a favorite song because it changes all the time. So what I tell people is whatever song I'm playing right now is my favorite song.
I love that.
And the reason I say that is because I may have sang the song 1,000 times, but for the people that are here, the audience, I want them to feel like it's the first time I've sang it.
Yeah.
So I want them to just really feel my heart and soul in the song. So I really try to put myself into it, no matter how many times I've sang it. So every song that I'm singing right now is my favorite song. That's kind of my
I love that. And that
answer.
Really comes with a lot of passion, which cannot be taught. And you obviously have a lot of passion for what you do, and it shows,
Yes, you have to bring the passion. That's for sure. And the other thing I say is a lot of times my favorite song is the one I've learned most recently because it's fresh to me.
Okay.
It's new.
Yeah.
So when in the case of the lady that asked for that, I just did one of my newer songs that I'm really excited about that I just learned, and that's kind of for me that's exciting because I sing the same songs over and over, and when I learn new ones, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Are there any specific moments at a wedding that music is just so powerful?
Yes, there's lots of those really special moments that you want to select the right song or the right mood. Obviously, when the bride is coming down the aisle, that's an important moment.
Is that something that you can recommend? Because I have no idea what that would be.
Yeah, we will have to talk about that.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of different choices. It depends on what mood you're going for, whether you want something classic like unforgettable in every way, like a Nat King Cole, or whether you like something that's more emo, or something that's like I did for one wedding. I did a Coldplay song that was kind of one obscure song, on one of the B-sides of their albums, but it was like a ballad that was really special to the couple. And so I sang that for the bride coming down the aisle. So it really is a personal thing that you kind of have to find that song, and I can help select that. And then of course, going out after the ceremony when the bride and groom are leaving, that's a special moment as well. Usually something more upbeat, exciting. Everybody's like, yeah, they got married, And so that's fun. And then you want a good song for when you have the reception, when the wedding party is coming in, we announce the wedding party and all their names, and they come in as couples, every wedding is different, so not everybody does that.
Sure.
But that's also a special moment where you want to select a good, fun song. And then, of course, the first dance. I mean, that might be the song that the couple most closely relates to.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and something that's, their song.
Yeah, it's like the song.
Yeah, and I have like people that have been married 30 years and they say, you played our first dance song. They give me a tip because it's like, you just recreated that moment for them,
I love that.
And so that first dance is an important one.
And going back to you working here at Trulux, like, what an amazing experience for everybody who's you've been a part of the wedding, and us, in the future, because we get to relive that moment whereas a lot of people cannot do that with the same band or musician, because they may not do this also. I love that.
I have a lot of like the couples that come back to see me and it's just every time we relive that experience.
And they can even bring like some other party, you know,
Yes.
or like their parents or
Or
whatever.
a lot of time they come on their anniversary.
Oh yeah.
You know, so
oh my God,
it's special.
I love that. I'm definitely gonna do that. Okay, so
I hope
let's
you do.
yeah, definitely. So let's talk more about what you enjoy the most in like being in somebody's special day, whereas it's a special event or the wedding day.
Well, I think you know, I'm playing. One thing that I enjoy the most is I'm playing to a group of people that have probably never heard of me or seen me, or and so it's a fresh audience.
Yeah.
You know, and here at True Lux, we have a lot of regulars that come in all the time, and they're just kind of used. Oh yeah, that's Clay on the piano. You know, they're kind of used to it, and of course we have new guests coming in all the time.
Right.
But in a wedding, I'm a little bit more featured as a performer.
Yeah.
Where, you know, in a restaurant and more background music
Sure.
and people are having conversations.
People that don't know it's a live musician playing and singing, mesmerize is the right word. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
It's a real
well,
person.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
Appreciate that.
So it may not be a wedding, it may be the background, because we thought it was like background music.
Uh-huh.
And it was beautiful until you're like, it's an actual person, it's a live person. You know?
I once had a couple make a bet. One guy said that I was lip syncing in the microphone, and the wife said, "No, he's really singing."
Yeah,
so.
because again, Vicky said that your voice is like butter, and I agree, because I was thinking like silky, smooth, and then she said butter. I'm like, yeah,
That's
exactly.
Sweet. Thank
it's
you
true.
so much.
Is there a specific memory that you have that you love from a wedding?
Yes, there's a specific song that, well, there were two songs. So the couple requested a song for their first dance. The guy wanted a certain song. The girl wanted a different song. And they could not agree. And so they said, well, let's just do both songs. And I got back to them. I said, I just want you to realize that, and a lot of times couples just, they've never planned a wedding, so they don't kind of know a lot about it. That's where I can come in as a consultant and really help them, because in this position, think about it. The couple's having their first dance, and you're gonna dance by yourselves for 2 whole songs for like 10 minutes. That's gonna be super awkward for you. It's gonna be awkward for your guests. It's too long.
Yeah.
You can't do 2 songs for your first dance. So I said, if you can't choose, I said, why don't I do a mashup, a medley? And one of the songs was All of Me by John Legend, which is one of the famous ones that's always, you know, selected. And then I think it was the guy that wanted All My Life by Casey and JoJo. And, you know, all my life, I pray for someone like you. And so I was like, okay, how can I mash this up? So I got with my arranger. I have a friend of mine that's a great arranger, Matt Hines, and he helped me do the mashup of the 2 songs together. And so we took those 2 songs, we put them in a mashup, and it was like magic. And that's been one of my favorite mashup songs.
So we actually recorded this a few minutes ago. Out there, like
I know it could be published, yeah.
And it was so crazy, seriously, because it was so crazy. Like I was singing along at one, and I'm like, wait a minute, is that part of the song? And I realized, like, oh my gosh, it's blended together. You know, what amazing, and especially for the guests, I really hope that they have that recorded so they can play it all the time. Yeah,
and you know, Matt, my arranger, he helped me. We it's a new key, it's a new song, and then it comes back into the other key in the other song to end it, and it's just, he did an incredible job on that.
Yeah, I mean, for both of y'all, really amazing.
Yeah, well, that's I think that's where my passion and my heart comes through on a wedding.
Yeah.
Because it's not just another event for me. I'm really trying to make that experience a really unique experience, and that couple got their own arrangement of a song. You know, so it's pretty special.
Okay, I'm gonna mention this to Justin. 'Cause
Now you guys need to agree on a song though.
no, or what if we don't?
Maybe you could do a mashup. Who knows?
I know, right? Oh my gosh. Like our special song, that would be so amazing. Okay, so walk us through the process of working with you or a musician for a party, an event, or a wedding.
Well, usually, like you, they contacted me. They contact me as early as possible. Because of my work with Trulux, I'm booked on the weekends,
Yeah.
and I rarely take off for private events because people expect me to be here.
Yeah.
Trulux expects me to be here, and so I need to plan way in advance if I'm going to take off a weekend, like a Friday or Saturday night, and I only do that very sporadically. And so definitely get a hold of me as soon as you know like the date, and like in your case, you had the date, but you didn't have the venue locked down yet, and so I said, well, I'll just pencil in the date for now, and then we started talking more, and then when you had the venue selected, then you sent the deposit. So I always ask for a deposit up front because that helps me plan for sure that date.
Sure.
And then I can get a sub for Trulux or whatever I need to do for another gig that I might have.
Did you know that you were my second vendor to contact?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's an honor.
Yeah. It was our wedding planner and then you.
Well, musicians do book out way in advance.
Yeah.
And so it's a good thing that you did that and you were way ahead of the game. And so, I was able to be, you're like, I think it was like November or fall of last year, right?
Memory.
That you contacted me first.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, once you have the date and the venue locked in, definitely lock in your musician. They'll usually require an upfront deposit to hold the date, and then, we continue those conversations, and then the balance is usually due at the end of the event.
Okay. Do you have any tips or recommendations for somebody looking for a musician?
I would say go see people. Like, don't just go based on what they put on Facebook or, what's on their social media or website.
Yeah.
Because it's not always the same when you're live, Some people, I feel like as a musician, I'm a better live musician than I am somebody that's recorded.
Okay.
And so, don't just listen to their music, go see them live.
Okay.
Because that's an important piece of
Yeah.
your wedding. You don't want to just take their word based on their website or social media.
Definitely. And I don't know if you knew this or not, but Justin had 3 requirements for the wedding, and one of them was live music. So it was
awesome.
Perfect,
Well, thank you, Justin.
Yeah. Thank you, Justin. Okay, so we spoke about how soon you recommend booking, right away. And then how can people find you, connect with you, and then book you for their wedding?
Well, come here to Trulux.
Yes.
I'm here every weekend, Friday and Saturday,
Yeah.
and some other nights too. I'm in the South Lake location on Thursday nights. And then you can find me on Facebook. I have a page, Clay Davis Gigs. If you search that, you'll find it. Follow my page because I post my schedule on there.
Okay.
I play other places too besides Trulux. Trulux is obviously my main spot. But my schedule is up there every week.
Yep.
I also post on Instagram at Clay Davis.
Yeah.
You can find me there. And then clay.crooner@gmail.com. Clay.crooner, like a singer,
Okay.
@gmail.com.
I love it. And just before we go, I do want to mention something else. Every time that we're gonna have a date night, I check your schedule. Like, should we go to Trulux or should we go somewhere else? And if we go somewhere else, it's because we want to make sure that whenever we come here, we're getting the whole experience because we love obviously the food, the service, and you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. So we're super excited. I'm sure we're gonna be here many times before we go to the wedding. So thank you so much for everything, Clay.
Thank you so much. I have one public service announcement from Trulux.
Yes.
They wanted me to tell everyone that we are not closing. There was a construction thing that was pending, that they were going to build a high-rise here, and then we were going to be the feature of the high-rise. But that's been indefinitely postponed. Nothing's happening.
Okay.
So the word kind of got out that we were closing or moving. And we just want everybody to know that we are here to stay.
Yeah.
That construction thing that was pending is no longer pending.
Good.
And so
Yeah.
come see us.
Yeah, definitely come see and experience this. It's truly an experience that you and your other half or whoever you come with is going to be unforgettable. So thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
All my life
Learn about all things wedding straight from the experts. Be sure to like and subscribe to Bridal Club.